Yes, excellent, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the stream. I'm doing this like it's a spooky stream. It's not. That's next week, hopefully. But look, it is spooky season, so I'm wearing this instead of my usual blue. But I do have blue on me. I am wearing blue. Won't tell you what, but it's blue. Hi, chat. Let's get into this. Disclaimers. First 10 minutes of this stream. I got to keep my hands away from the space bar. Let me click out of it. I have a habit of accidentally hitting that space bar, which will end the stream. Don't know why. Might have to try to fix that. First 10 minutes of the stream, it's just going to be me rambling. And I have my right ear in. Usually it's the left. It's weirding me out. I don't know. It's the craziest thing. There's a slight delay, so I've gotten used to it in this ear, but I guess not this ear. We don't have to talk about that. What am I saying? We'll get to that. Forget that. Doesn't matter. Moving on. So, first 10 minutes, of which we've used 1 minute. It's going to be me rambling while people have the chance to gather on in here. Settle down, get some popcorn. And then the next, however long it is going to be, it's usually another hour and 50 minutes. Usually I'm somewhere around that. For a total of 2 hours, for those of you who aren't feeling like doing math, which is me every day. Relatable. It's going to be more of me rambling, but hopefully in a more sort of direct way. There's a direction to it. We are going to be reviewing some stuff. There's going to be a lot of pausing, a lot of commentary. If you want to watch this stuff yourself or view it on your own time without the interruptions, you may do so. Feel free. But if you're here to watch me review it, there will be interruptions. I'm so sorry. You were warned. Other disclaimers. If you're watching it after the fact, I might speak too quick. I might speak too slow. Oh. There's a thing happening in my chat. Let me figure out how to make that not do that. Give me a second, folks. Let me just what have I just pressed with my buttons? What did that do? Not gonna worry about that. Sorry, I hit I don't know what's happening. We'll get to that. All right. Chat, talk amongst yourselves. Where did that become a thing? I don't know that I'm going to be able to kill that right now. If you type in all caps, I have a thing that apparently gets kind of angry. It might be a Twitch thing that's rolled over. Just be careful. Don't. Too many caps makes it angry, I guess. I'll have to try to contain it later. Catch it in a little box. Either way. All right. Back to the disclaimers. If someone knows exactly what that is and can walk me through it, we can make that happen. But otherwise, I have to figure this out for 2 hours. So, you know how I am. All right. If you're watching after the fact, I'm talking too quickly, or I'm speaking too slowly, you may feel free to skip around, forward, backwards, turn up the tempo, you can do playback speed, vary it. Feel free to do that. Some people like to complain, and I just say, you have options. I'm so sorry. I can't go back and fix it. I can, change things up for the future, but I can't go back and fix it. Other disclaimers. Last stream, you all discovered with me that I am very allergic to my mystery liquids. More allergic, I think, than I am to apple juice. And so I'm limiting it to 3 of these mystery liquids. Now, if you want me to drink one of these mystery liquids, and you're feeling incredibly generous, too generous, if you donate, words are hard. If you donate, it's because I don't have the beard, $20, which is a lot, I know, I will flip this coin. The coin is completely unrelated to those mystery liquids. However, if it is heads, jerk. What just happened? I shouldn't be doing it for that. We'll figure that out. Okay. Bear with me, folks. If it's heads, you'll be able to tell it's heads because there's a little white dot on it. Let me just zoom in real quick. I got foot pedals. They're great. This little white dot is a military challenge coin. That is heads. I'll do my best to make sure you all know that I am not bamboozling you. So when I flip it, I will try to catch it and display it. So that's heads. Now, often when it's heads, I am compelled to drink one of these, but is no guarantee. I may just not do it someday. This not connected. All you're doing is getting a coin flip. Now, If it is tails, I got some homemade beignets. They are very messy, and I want to eat them, especially if I have to drink a Four Loko tonight. I'm not going to tell you how to make that happen because I don't want it to happen. But if it happens, it does happen, or it will happen. That brings us to the disclaimer on donations. If you want to donate, you can absolutely feel free to donate. You do not have to. This is a hobby. It's not my full-time job. It does help all of this happen. It is very, very helpful. However, not required, and I absolutely do not want you to donate if you are on some sort of fixed income, if you are struggling with anything financial, if you can't, please do not. Respectfully, please don't. You being here is great. It's wonderful. Just say nice things in the chat if you want to give something back. Hit the like button. Like button helps. Gets me more viewers, which means I can expand and do all sorts of crazy things. I've been tempted to do a little bit of traveling, more videos. Some of you like my travel vlogs. I figured I could do more traveling and have it more directly related to crime and law enforcement, which is usually what I talk about in this channel. All right, that was most of the disclaimers. Yes. Once we consume those three, if I will have other prizes for donations available that I want to try out. Because last week, ladies and gentlemen, it was rough. It wasn't actually, it was rough. That's what it was. So what I'm going to be doing, instead of drinking, I almost just hit my space bar. Instead of drinking them straight from those bottles, we're pouring it into this Powerade. Not sponsored. And I will be drinking it. Oh, that does okay on the green screen. It's fine. There it is. All right, so Brent, thank you for subscribing, by the way. That was 30 minutes ago, so that's before I started. Love it. I still see it. Don't worry. William Bowers, thank you for subscribing. Brooke, thank you for your super chat. And Tice Mahoney, thank you so much, you jerk. See, that's what I thought that was flashing for. It was a $20 one. It says, Daryl Brooks' attorney says, take a shot. It's a coin flip. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, also, it's getting cold out here. There we go. So it's sweater vest weather. That's the word I'm looking for. Words are hard. I love sweater vests, and you can't convince me they're not great. As tails. Ha! Which means I get to take a bite of it. They're very messy. Goldfish, you remember. Ugh. I haven't checked if the place near me still does garbage plates. For those of you who know what a garbage plate are, you're probably halfway decent people. Probably halfway not decent people. So, we're not at 10 minutes yet. I can't start. I can't explain all this. I want to, though. Bolt Crow, thank you for being a member for so long. That is incredible. Thank you. It says, hello, Blue and everybody. Well, hello to you, too. Also, ladies and gentlemen, I have new things my buttons do. I'm going to have to remember to make some of them happen. Yeah. That one, and that one. Cool. Yeah. We'll make something. We'll show off some of them. Oh, also, if you're feeling stupid generous, like you should not do this because it is, and I like to, like, it's not that I want you to spend a lot of money. It's just that sometimes people donate a lot, and I'm like, oh, I feel bad because I have nothing for it. Hydration is important. I'm like, I feel like I should give you something back. I do have fancy Halloween contact lenses, so $50. We'll get you fancy Halloween contact lenses. These two beautiful spheres in my skull cavities. It's a weird way of saying eyeballs. So there you go. There's an option. And with that out of the way, I have another coin flip. Goldfish, you jerk. You distracted me with garbage plates. I have about 20 seconds. That's also tails. Eat it. That's what you get for last time. It was rough. It was a rough time. It's a very rough time. That's fine. All right, 10 seconds, and then we can start. Brooke, again, thank you so much. This Blue Bacon just stay slaying them cons things. I'm speaking too quickly. I gotta slow down because my mouth can't keep up with my brain. Thank you so much. And Chris Cumming, thank you for being a member. Says, yeah, new button functions. Yeah, you know it. We're gonna keep adding to it, but we got some that are available right now. Some of you in chat. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about, because we've hit that 10-minute mark. For once, we're actually kind of on time with the starting. Our boy Jim Terry. Now, you may have seen on Wednesday, I put out a little video being like, hello, Jim Terry. Here's the deal. But I didn't really give much information on it, which is why we're here today to talk about it. Jim, from what I'm told, and consider this all to be allegedly, everything I say should be considered allegedly for the purpose of legal reasons. Allegedly, he is a private investigator in Mississippi. Now, in Mississippi, you do not need to be licensed to be a private investigator. It's one of the few states that don't require a license. Washington does require a license. Mississippi doesn't. I might just get myself a little business in Mississippi if that's the case, just because, heck, why not? $25 a year to have a business license filed, apparently. Doesn't matter. So, he's based out of Mississippi. He says he's in the Biloxi area. I don't believe he actually is. And one of the reasons I don't believe he actually is because his business filings show that he is actually in Florida, and per the Mississippi state law, anywhere that you practice or anywhere that your business occurs in, like any address that you work from, has to be listed on your business filing. So his filing that I have, and there may be more filings I'm unaware of, but the one that I have is his registration for a fictitious business name, which is when you have a name of a business and you want to register it with the state. That's what it means. It doesn't mean it's like, it's not real. It just means it's the name of the business and it's registered and therefore it's all official. He had that approved by the Secretary of the State or whatever department approves that sort of thing. And is that really a business license? I don't actually know if that counts. We're going to assume, for the sake of not having to deal with that it does. But he lists his address as an address in Florida, an address that actually belongs to his father. That is relevant for some things. We might not get into why it's relevant or what it's relevant for. But this is what's known as generally a foreign business. So he has it as a sole proprietorship or a sole prop, which seems a little foolish. I would have done it as an LLC myself, a limited liability company. But it's a foreign one, meaning it's just being run from a different state or a different sort of jurisdiction. It could be a foreign company in the sense of like a different country, but foreign does not necessarily mean a different country for those of you who are curious about that sort of thing. So, if he's actually operating in Biloxi from Biloxi, then his filings are incorrect, and he is required to update his filings with the Secretary of State. Now, again, it's possible that this doesn't need to be updated on the registration for fictitious business fictitious business name. And there may be other things filed with the state of Mississippi. I do intend to check into that. But just interesting things. We're not talking about the good stuff, the juicy stuff. We're just talking about, like, initially already there's some weird stuff about this guy being a private investigator, like where he's doing this and how he's doing this. We haven't even gotten to the how. Apparently what he's doing, allegedly, what I've been told by people who claim to know these things, because they claim, I'm not saying they weren't part of this, I'm just protecting myself legally, because if I'm going to find this guy, I don't want him to be able to come back at me in the other direction. People who claim to be victims of his scam, is the word I've seen used a few times, say that he reaches out to them on Facebook, for example, and says, hey, I see that you're trying to find your missing child. And when I say child, I mean in the context of a person they gave birth to or raised, not necessarily child age. Although someone did tell me in my comments, and I know, tangents, someone did tell me that he doesn't investigate people who are under the age of 18, which may be true. I know he tried to help with the Jed Hall case, or he was hired to help with the Jed Hall case, but that may have been after Jed Hall turned 18. Something to look into. Just keep a mental note for that. I'll probably forget in now. Regardless, he reaches out to people on Facebook, which isn't necessarily a bad thing if you're trying to find clients. The problem is he reaches out and he says, hey, one-time fee. I don't know, something like $3,500. I will work until your child is found. I will not work on any other cases until your child is found, and I have a 100% success rate. Now, that is not true. He's still advertising that 100% success rate, which is not true. He'll make a bunch of claims as to why. He's like, well, I still have it because they fired me or whatever. Like, well, yeah, they fired you because you didn't give them a 100% success rate. Seems pretty reasonable. You promised them a week, and you didn't deliver, so it's not 100%. Stuff like that. Don't take my word for it. We're going to try to look through some stuff and see what we can find about it. I see you in the chat. Yeah, we'll get to you. So there's a lot of stuff that seems really shady, where he's basically, it would appear, preying on people who are very, very emotionally vulnerable, saying, I can do it. Haha. And then he doesn't do it. And I have not dug very hard. A lot of what I've been doing to help people with this is figuring out how they can find him. Because if they have a legitimate lawsuit against him and they can't find him, well, a pretty good step would be being able to find him, which is where I come in. I don't want to give out too much information. Some people are already aware of what I am planning and what I've come up with and what I've researched, but I will not be releasing it just yet. Maybe. We'll see. But yeah, we're going to help these people. I can't promise that he actually scammed them because I haven't dug yet. That's what we're doing today, at least in part. But I can try to help them attempt justice. And then it's up to the courts to decide if Jim Terry actually did, in fact, violate some sort of law or created some sort of civil issue for which damages can be claimed and tort cases and a bunch of other terminology. So, that out of the way, that's a very weird description of what's happening. I know. It's not great. This guy just seems questionable when it comes to his investigations, and I would like to look into it quite a bit. I do want to thank Blue Bacon's For Loco for their super chat. It says, hey, buddy, can't wait until we hang out later. I can. I don't like For Loco at all. Fun fact. Not even close. So, I'm sorry if that wasn't like a good explanation. I have not dug deep. I have a lot of accounts from people that say, thing. It's not that I don't believe them. It's just that I'm going to wait until I have hard facts to actually present what they're saying from me, which is sort of how I do things. So let's get into that. There is a subreddit, familiar with Reddit, which is dedicated to Jim Terry. And it starts, and if I may show you, let me pull that bad boy up right there. Can't roll R's, don't worry about it. And we just says exposing and spreading awareness about the vile behavior of Jim Terry. He is an unlicensed private investigator in Mississippi that works from home and preys on the vulnerable families of the missing and scams them with false services and false promises, which obviously I'm not terribly fond of. I'm not a huge fan of that kind of behavior, especially someone that's making my profession look bad. Now, I gotta prepare for possible For Loco. So sorry. Here's the thing. This caught my attention. This is definitely something I want to dig into. Not only is this potentially, grounds for a civil suit for violation of contract, for damages involving some of his alleged behavior, but we also have potential criminal acts, for example, false advertising. If he doesn't have a 100% success rate, but he's advertising that he has one in Mississippi, that absolutely could meet the elements of false advertising. And you also have potential mail fraud in Mississippi. If you communicate something electronically with the intent to defraud somebody, if you take their money and didn't intend to actually find the person or do the things that you said you would do, that is also a crime. I believe that's a misdemeanor in this state, very least. So there are some issues immediately that sort of are like, that might be it. Before we get into it, name so long you don't want to read it. Thank you so much. That's money to help the righteous bacon fight the evil ham. I appreciate it. But remember, I will do this for free. You do not have to pay to do it, but I appreciate your input because it helps me keep doing all this. Helps me devote a lot more time to it, for example. So that is the post and the comments of that post. We have Vocal Mom says, I figured his scam out after watching him on various true crime YouTube channels. Yes, he does appear on a few of those. It is disgusting what he is doing to the desperate families of victims. The first red flag for me was how he talks to people when he makes calls as he investigates. So glad to see this truth on the platforms. And we will see some of that. We will see how he behaves himself. And it is not something I care for. Not how I present myself professionally, that's for sure. We also have Lee Laura comments, and he refuses to give adventures with purpose. I believe that's a YouTube channel, who found Jed Hall the $20,000 reward money that Jim put up. Even when Jared of AWP said he would give it to the parents, Jim started attacking Jared and the family as per his usual script. They're on drugs, criminals, and ex-prostitutes, biased humans. Then Queen Bee, True Crime, has it all presented in a very professional way. She has the anonymous benefactor who, with the paid the fee to him for a family who couldn't afford it. Not really sure grammatically. Nothing against you. Maybe I'm just missing it. He lied to the family, to her, to everyone, saying it's been returned. Only a sociopath narcissist lies and believes no one would never not believe him. He's a horrible, nasty man. And then we have, and I have a video spooled up to explain that. We have Down Home Sunset says, I just watched AWP video about Jed Hall, awful that he would not give the money. They could have set up a scholarship fund or given it back to AWP to help with costs. What a vile human. Now, AWP, I think, was doing, if I remember correctly, they might have been the ones that were like looking through rivers and doing underwater sonography. I don't know if it was them that found the car in, was it Snake River, Idaho? Or it was someone else, but it was a... comments. It was, Jed was found, and it appears Jed was found without much help from Jim Terry. And then Jim allegedly got real kind of intense about it. So let me share with you what Jim said about the reward money. Sounds pretty reasonable, right? Like, oh, wow, this guy sounds so nice, and et cetera, et cetera. Allegedly, I'll copy that, Rennie. Thank you. So apparently, Jim said, "I'll match the reward money. Like, you put up reward money, I'll match it." And I've seen him say this on other channels, on other videos, where he said, "You want someone to actually pay attention to your child. What you got to do is put up a ton of money. So we match up to like 25,000 is the number I've seen." Here's the thing is I don't think Jim has that kind of money. So of course, when a body is found, he can't put it up. It would appear he offered money and he didn't, he was never given when the body was actually found for whatever reason. Now there is a thing I found, and I've only skimmed this, that I want to bring to your attention. That seemed weird to me. I just want to confirm, can you guys hear that audio? I really hope you can. Hold on. You can't, can you? No, I just played you a thing. Couldn't even hear it. That's fine. It's fine. Don't worry about it. Okay, hold on. Give me 1 second. That should work. Okay. Let me go back. Let me go back to the thing.
Offering a $10,000 reward for anybody who has that information to Jed. You may not even know he's missing right now. He may be renting a room off you. He could be living on a farm with you. He could be dating your daughter. He could be dating your son. We don't know. But if there's, and he might have had a
all right. So that part he's saying I'm offering a $10,000 reward. I don't. He's being paid less than $10,000. I don't know where how does he make if he's I speak there's an echo. Yes. How's that? That should be better. I'm so sorry. Look, I'm so sorry. Audio things were happening. That's weird. All right. Let's go back for a second. This is about par for the course. So Jim's offering a $10,000 reward. Is it Jim or the family?
A photo, then that's proof of where he had been at one moment in time in the last 2 years.
And you'll get $10,000. I'm offering a $10,000 reward.
Jim is offering a $10,000 reward. If he's being paid $3,500, he says he has a 100% solve rate. How is he making money? Right? That right there. Because a family who's grieving, like, yeah, we can't put up much reward money, but this guy says he can. They might not think they might not cross their mind. How is this guy making money? He's not, if that's the case. If he has a 100% solve rate, unless, of course, people just don't come forward with information. But that's a risky business, you know, because you do get a lot of information from people. Anyway, maybe it's just because this guy had been missing for so long, but I don't know. I don't know. And I also don't know what he was paid for the Jeb Hall case. It's just the common number I've been seeing is $3,500. So that struck me as odd. And he also upped it to $1,500, I guess, if it was Jeb Hall himself who reached out. But then he says this. Let's try this.
So how can someone get a hold of you if they do have information on where Jed has been in the last 2 years?
I have a personal cell phone number that's on 24/7. You will get me.
Okay, this is his business number. This is not doxing. He puts it out himself. Do not call this number. For legal reasons, do not call it. I do not want you to call it. Do not. Don't do it. He's going to list it here.
That's real quick, my telephone number, and I own Gulf Coast Investigation. I'm technically based out of Biloxi, Mississippi.
The fact that he says technically based out of Biloxi, Mississippi is odd. Nothing on his business filings that I found says that he has anything to do with Biloxi, other than like a Yelp page. It's not a business filing, though.
But I am able to practice in other states as a private investigator. My
Questionable.
telephone number is 813.
I'm going to skip forward.
993. You can Google that phone number. It'll take you right to my website. It'll take you right to the story. My cell phone number is in the story. Get a hold of me. Let me know. If you're afraid of law enforcement, if you don't want to talk to cops, call me. All I need to do is see that this kid or that car is somewhere, and we'll go from there. I'm not going to turn you in. You didn't commit a crime.
Okay, so that's his own thing, because apparently he has threatened to release a lot of information to the public that he has obtained through his investigations that a family wouldn't want released, and is not really pertinent to the case. You can actually be sued for that successfully. I've seen it happen when you release stuff that causes anguish to the family, and there was no reason to actually release it. That's intentional infliction of distress, or it can be. I have seen it happen. He's playing with fire, but he thinks he can't be found, so who cares if, lawsuits could happen. But we're getting to that. It's his whole Biloxi thing. Nothing on his, I haven't seen anything official that says he's in Biloxi. And I'm pretty sure he's legally required to list Biloxi, his address in Biloxi, if he's even technically operating out of there. I believe he's operating out of Florida, though. So that's the whole thing.
And anything that Jed may have been involved with, it doesn't sound like that's a pressing issue at this time anyway.
No, Jed walks out tomorrow, and even admits to everything he does. He probably doesn't even get a parking ticket.
Okay, is there anything else that you can think of?
For the record, Jeb was seen on video, it would appear, breaking into a school to leave money in a locker for somebody. Yeah, he probably, I assume they dropped the charges on that. Whatever.
It may be helpful to anyone that's looking for Jed.
With your background and with what you do, which I really appreciate it, I get calls from people all the time with YouTube channels and their investigation people, and you and I talked about this a little bit off the air. There is 9 million people now that are doing these type of shows, and you can tell most of them are just looking for hits and likes.
As opposed to Jim, who appears to be doing this for money as part of a scam. Appears to be.
They're looking for avenues of attention, or they think because they watch Investigation Discovery 5 hours a day, they're able to solve these cases, or they're...
Now, do keep in mind, Jim doesn't appear to really have much formal training when it comes to investigations either. He'll even tell you this. He'll be like, I was never law enforcement. I was never whatever. I was like a football coach. It's very strange that he's calling these people out when he is not better.
Psychics. I've had psychics call me too, by the way.
Oh, God. What did they have to say?
Oh, he's either near water river. He's in a basement. I told him, and you and I joked about this. I said, you know, one place I never see a psychic, and I'll listen to anybody, is in Las Vegas. I tell them if they can tell me the score of the Super Bowl, then I'll listen to them. You know, if they can tell me who's going to win the World Series or the next major boxing match, then I have a home in Las Vegas. I've never met a psychic there.
Say he has a home? Yeah, apparently he has a gambling problem, so Las Vegas seems about right for him.
Don't you think if you were a psychic, you'd live in Nevada? And so they usually disappear pretty quick. But, you know, you get a call from a lot of these.
You skip a little bit.
You've been able to do this with me. I know I've been long, and that's why I appreciate what you do in the background in this balloons. I sought you out. I know what you do, and I know you have a background in this. And I'm going to you being tolerant of me. But I'm going to ask you, with your background, with what you know, with what you've seen and what you've heard from me, why don't I interview you and you know what other people think?
We can give that a whirl. I'm going to just remind anybody.
All right. There's something I saw, and it struck. Remember, this is just me going through this, and I figured I'd bring you on. All right, here we go.
Idaho Falls Police Department. For over 20 years, most cops do not look at private investigators as legitimate. They're knuckleheads. I don't have a law enforcement background or military background. My background's in professional football.
Yeah, military is not really going to do much if that military background isn't also law enforcement, but okay.
I did not believe that he was going to give me a shot at this, but his wife hired me. He gave the blessing, and we started about 4 weeks ago.
I love that he's like, oh, yeah, you know, hire me because reasons. And then in the beginning, he's like, also, I have no experience. I have backgrounds in professional football, which we don't believe it actually is. He ran a scam in the past. He was convicted for fraud, basically selling people a bunch of football equipment and then not delivering it multiple times. Yeah. Anyway, quick pause, because we're about to get into the meat and the potatoes of the Reddit. That was just an introduction to this guy, just to let him tell some of his story, and then we'll hear what other people have to say and try to keep up, because, look, this isn't the full story necessarily. Queen Bee apparently is the person who has all of this put together. Haven't dug into it yet. But before we get into all of that, thank you all for your super chats. I will read them. Becky, thank you so much. Says, here's my legally obligated donation to your funds as per the lawsuit you levied upon me. We said you wouldn't talk about that. It's going to be a couple more pennies. I'm kidding. Don't do that. Name so long you didn't want to read it. Thank you so much. Says, don't tell me what to do. That's in relation to the earlier donation. Don't do it again. Or do it again. Do it again. Yeah. For psychology. Now he won't do it. Or she. I don't know. Unpaid troll, thank you so much. Says, hope you don't mind me mentioning that Kate has Rennie said she was taking care of that. I will not worry about it too much. That's its own. I want to get involved till she wants me involved, you know. Anyway, Aeroscott, thanks so much for being a member. Says, Echo no spice used to blame it on. Sad. It's true. It's very true. You're not wrong. Christy Lynette, thank you for subscribing. Kathy Waters, thank you for becoming a member. And Michael R., thank you for subscribing. Now, Jim, if you are here watching this, feel free to say your piece. I will let you. You can call in. That's perfectly fine. Blue Bacon's for Loco, thank you so much. Says, soon. You're a jerk. You're a jerk. Yeah. I don't want to do it. I don't want to drink it. It's good thing I have these beignets. Keep me happy. Mwah. Powder everywhere. Told you I had some fun new tricks. What was that? Edicor! Welcome to the Bacon Bits. All right. Time for some allergies. We haven't even cracked one of these bad boys open. It's great. So, the Reddit. Let's see. No, that's not the one that I want. I want this one. All right. So, this is a video. It says, nearly fell on my bed laughing when I heard him say, wait. Is this the one I want? Sorry. I want to make sure we're doing this in order. All right. We have a post. Post says, First and foremost, a little bit of safety advice. I saw someone post, if you have missing loved ones, please never place your personal contact information via social media platforms, DM, etc. We as advocates advise, as well as any law enforcement agency, this is dangerous to you, the family, and victim. Yeah, so put a local police department's information. Also, if someone's like, oh, we haven't found our child or whatever, and they put their personal information, ask for the local police department for you to contact, because that might not be legitimate. If I'm trying to hunt somebody down, I might put that out pretending I'm their family. That is a thing that stalkers have done in the past at some point. Enough that this is a thing that is discouraged. Put the police station down and then be in contact with the police station. And if you have information, give it to the police, not to some rando. Contact the police and be like, hey, are you looking for this person? And if they go, no, what are you talking about? Direct them to the place where you saw they were being looked for, because that might be a huge concern. Next part of that post. Please only place your victim's law enforcement agency contact information. Ah, there it is. I could have just read ahead, but there it is. Many innocent families have been scammed and or threatened physically and financially. Sent edited fake photos of the victim. Prayers, administration here for the missing person. Yeah, so if someone's like, I will find the person, and you can doctor an image. You can fake it. Tell by the pixels. That's a shop. I've seen a lot of shops in my time. I actually met the girl who was internet famous for a bit for that quote. I will not tell you that story. But I did know her. PIC Witch of Heart, thank you for becoming a member, by the way. And Jason's old lady, thank you for your super chat, says, hi, new here, Jim Terry's scum. Beignets, I'll take your word for it. I'm under attack. Beignets. All right, next on the old Reddit. We're going through this together, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, we have a scammer alert. Let's pull this up if we don't mind. Jim, the arena football legend. He does say that he was in arena football. I think he's also said that he was on the Denver Broncos, which I don't believe to be true. Could be wrong. Scammer alert. Jim Terry, James Michael Terry, Terry James, James Terry. Gulf Coast Investigations, Mississippi, and Florida. Jim, an ex-indoor football champ, allegedly, and self-proclaimed PI. Well, he does have a license. Well, he doesn't have a license. He has the business. To my knowledge, he's not part of any organization. There are organizations in Mississippi that you can become a part of that sort of legitimize you more. But I still, it's a weird thing to me. All right. Scans various social media sites, groups for missing persons. He proceeds to message the families with an offer to help find their missing loved one, dead or alive. He charges between $1,800 and $2,700. I've seen more. I have not seen less. Interestingly enough, Mississippi is one of the very few states that does not license or regulate private investigators. One individual, Candy Howard, has been a victim of Jim. He approached Candy in a California missing persons Facebook group. Place I don't believe he's licensed to investigate. Although that does become a question of what technically counts as investigating within the state. If it's all online, probably not. If you're calling people, though, saying, I'm a private investigator, give me information, that might be considered private investigation work within that state. Although, then you get to ask, has he ever actually called anybody in relation to these investigations, if he's just scamming them? A lot of questions that need to be answered if we're really going to dig into this, but we don't have to dig that deep because that's not the direction I'm going. We don't have to learn all of that. We can let him try to prove it in court. And getting him into a court, or at least a default judgment from one, is a lot easier than figuring out the rest of it. Fun facts. All right. The offer was $2,700 to find her son, Tabor. At the time, Tabor had gone missing after attending SUD treatment in California. I don't know what that is. Jim, maybe a drug-related thing? Jim never followed through with anything other than harassment of this family. Unfortunately, Candy is one victim of many. And then we have comments. None. Huh. Yeah, obviously not great, huh? What are your questions, chat? I'm just watching the chat real quickly. Sorry, I just accidentally closed my fingerfying. Don't mind me. Rehab, then a sober home. Okay, so it is that. All right, I just lost my spot. Hold on, we're going back to the bottom. Ted Bundy's Ghost. Thank you for subscribing. You're in the right place. I tell you that. We're just scrolling. Don't worry. It's fine. We're just scrolling. Is this it? No. Is this it? No. There's a lot. There's a lot to scroll through. Hi. You know what? I know what I can do for scrolling. Was that Jim? Is your office not this nice? Some delay. We have fun here. Anyway, I got back to where I needed to get. I just really want an excuse to do that. But we have this. Basically, it looks like a live stream from Queen Bee, person we talked about earlier. And it says on it, "Let's talk Jim Terry, the grifting PI." And it's titled "How He Does It." So let's listen in.
Sometimes he says, like he.
Let me just go back. There we go.
I would like for you to, if you can, real fast, explain how he does this in the cold call. Like he just kind of give an overview real fast of how he does his scam.
So he trolls Facebook missing person groups, and then what he does is that he comments under the missing person like flyer, the post saying like, "Call me now." Sometimes he says like he has a lead or he's found something. But either way, or sometimes he says, "I'm a private investigator, like here's my number." So he starts with a comment. Then they call him. And in quite a few instances, he said that the media, either local media or something, they reached out to him because they know him. And they said, "Hey, have you seen this case? I think you could help this family." Sometimes he also does a weird thing where he says like people call him and tell him that he looks like the person that's missing a lot. Like, you have to check out this case. So he usually says that somebody else sent him to the person. Then he gives his little spiel. He usually says, "I can find them within 2 weeks, dead or alive." He will say, "I'm like a great deal because I'm just going to charge you one flat fee. Other private investigators are going to charge like $10,000.
Yeah, other private investigators are probably going to charge you by the hour because that makes a lot of sense because investigations like this are very potentially difficult and time consuming. And saying, "I will find them and I'll only charge you once and this fee" should be an enormous red flag. We're talking like the top of the Kremlin, big red flag, okay? No. Investigations, depends on the type of investigation, can be very, very difficult, very, very time consuming, especially if this is like, oh, this person's been missing for 3 years, for example. You're not going to solve it in a week. Very unlikely. There's so much information you have to sift through before you even start boots on the ground, but apparently this guy doesn't do boots on the ground, so that's not really something to worry about. Also, I don't know if you guys are getting this weird thing where like it's moving odd. That's all right. Yeah, if someone's saying, "I will do this, I'll do it in this amount of time, and it'll be this amount of money," for a missing person, no, absolutely not. There are certain other things that private investigators might look into that would make sense. If you're like, "Oh, I'll follow your spouse for a week, pay me this amount." Yeah, and then also get in the contract and get it in writing that they will do, X amount of hours, so that it basically becomes an hourly pay. And they'll probably be like, "All right, but you also have to pay for gas, you have to pay for whatever." Like, there's a lot more to this than just pay me money, I'll do it. Not moving for you. Am I frozen? Can you hear me at least? Weird. I'm dropping a lot of frames. I don't know why. Not frozen. Okay. I know what's happening. This one's not me. Jim's found me. No, okay. No. So let's keep going.
And the other thing that we found now, since we found a lot of people who did not hire him, is that he is pretty relentless and he will really keep going after other family members constantly messaging, trying to get them.
That's a bad thing.
Some people have said it was like almost like he was a stalker, or they had to block him, or he lashed out at them if they decided not to hire him. And those are pretty much the common patterns that we're seeing.
So that's the basis of what people are saying. That pretty much matches up with a lot of stuff. Abby, comment says, if the PI solved my missing person case in a week, I would think that they were involved. I'm not saying you can't find someone in a week. I'm saying that you shouldn't expect it to happen in a week. It can be done. But if police haven't found you in, X amount of time, it's unlikely that some stranger can walk in off the street and find it. The difference between law enforcement and private investigator is usually the information. So law enforcement, got it. Thank you, Ronnie. Law enforcement, they have a lot of cases. They can only devote so much time to each. And if it's not a very important case in the context of like, oh, we got 3 murders and, a stolen car, those murders are going to take priority. If you hire a private investigator, that is their focus. You are paying for their time, which is why they will dig deeper, allegedly. What a private investigator often does, more than police do, is go through just enormous amounts of data. So sometimes police will hire a private investigator, I'm dropping frames again, just to sift through information. Because sometimes there's just so much, you cannot go through it all, but you think there's something in there that's very important. You just do not have the time and resources. Police might hire a private investigator, or a family might do the same. That's where a private investigator becomes useful, is essentially if it's not important enough for the police, or there's too much stuff for the police to be able to devote manpower to. That's it. That's essentially the difference. There is more to it, but that's your basics. I've worked private investigations. I've worked law enforcement for the government. I can tell you for a fact that in my experience, that is essentially the difference. Some states allow private investigators to have access to certain things that civilians don't when it comes to being able to sort of search for people. But it also comes with understand that if you have a license to do this and you misuse it, it's super duper illegal and you will be charged criminally, etc. Some states, I guess, don't have that. Law enforcement has a lot of stuff they can use to passively find somebody. So if you have a license plate, you have an ID, you have a credit card, they can put it into a system that will basically send you a ping if that is used somewhere. They can subpoena a lot of things pretty easily. They can do requests for assistance. Private investigators can as well. It's just not the odds of it. The weight of the requests might not be as heavy, and a private investigator can rarely detain someone for the purpose of questioning. And police, it's just there's a lot of difference, and it's just what this guy is saying doesn't make sense. I know that a lot of people aren't getting private investigators. They're not going to know this, so I hope that helps some people understand sort of what the difference is and why you might get a private investigator. But a week, absolutely not.
I'm a Tabor stepdad. I was just calling to see if
this is a video called the post on Reddit is called "We Are Done Letting You Hurt Desperate and Vulnerable Families." Again, this is from the Jim Terry subreddit. If you want to check this out yourself, the description of the video is the real Jim Terry PI cursing out Howard's family. Okay. Zero messages. Don't know the context is exactly. I'm going to guess the Howard family is someone who had hired him or wouldn't hire him, and I guess he's cursing them out. Language, ladies and gentlemen, be prepared for it.
Are you done or?
Well, here's the thing. I don't know. What do you need done? The kid is, from the conversations I've had with the family, what I said from the beginning was true. He was alive. He was out there and initially helped by that woman. He was taken to the train station.
That's false, Jim.
Let me finish.
Well,
False about what I said.
He wasn't with the girl ever.
The original person that helped him was the female. The one who we initially looked for, whose family was from South Florida. I'm not saying that he wasn't sleeping under a bridge, but he was gone for quite some time. The initial person that helped him the first few days.
Okay.
Am I wrong? You're telling me I'm wrong in that?
I am telling you you're wrong. That's what I'm telling you. And I'm also asking, I mean, you honestly feel like you earned that money you took?
I'm sorry, who is this? You're the stepfather, right? You're
Yeah,
the one that's
yes.
you're like a former crackhead or something.
Oh, yeah, and you're a
Right?
fucking former football player. I seen you're a fucking kicker, dude.
Okay, not very professional. If that's the guy you're hiring, don't. All right, let me try to fix these skip frames. Woo! Try to fix what is happening. What is going on? Oh, Streamlabs is saying, don't do thing. How do I not make it do that? I'll have to hunt that down. All right, sorry about the weird frame thing. I don't know what's happening. Yeah.
Dude.
Or anything, partner. I have a career. You're a fucking drug addict.
Oh, I am, bud. Okay.
Listen, I've heard all about you.
You've heard.
Okay,
You've heard
Jim's
from
not
fucking-
really in a place to call other people out because Jim has, I believe, pleaded guilty to basically defrauding people. Now I'm going to quick pause to see if I can turn off this chat bot. I don't know what the chat bot section is, but apparently that's where I turn it off. Wait. I might have it. I might be here. Oh, did I get it? Is this it? I have no idea. Yeah, if Twitch is running, I can't stop it. Stand by, folks. Hide common chat bots. Let's try that. Okay. Because I put a thing on for Twitch, I believe, and it's rolling over. So if that doesn't fix it, I don't know. Let's keep listening to this guy.
You've heard from Tabor's fucking
Why don't you
stepdad.
get the car that you don't have and drive out there and go get the
I do have a fucking car, dumbass. You ain't done shit, Jim.
Go get the kid.
You ain't done a goddamn thing.
Why don't you get in the car?
Why don't you kiss my fucking ass? You ain't done shit, Jim. You're the biggest piece of shit I've ever met, dude. You're gonna be all over goddamn Facebook, buddy.
Money. Let me ask you, how much money did you pay for me, sir? How much money?
$2,700.
You didn't pay shit, you did.
I just fucking sent it, you fucking douchebag.
I didn't heard your voice until 30 seconds.
Exactly, because I fucking just sit here and listen. I expected you to do your goddamn job, Jim.
You want to sit there and listen? I'm going to tell you what the boy's father said. He
Huh?
wants nothing to do with his mother, and he obviously wants nothing to do with his father. I don't even know who the fuck you are.
I don't know who the fuck you are, Mr. I'm fucking goddamn fucking Dan Marino motherfucking fake ass bitch.
If he was smart, he'd come home and get drugs from you, huh?
Oh yeah, if you're smart, you come over here and suck my ass.
Who do you think you're talking to?
Who the fuck you
What?
think you're talking to?
You bitch.
Yeah, I seen your little pussy ass fucking football fucking shit
Guy that if you were not
on Facebook.
All right, so yeah, I mean, neither of them are doing well. Here's the thing: if your PI can't control themselves, even in the face of that, maybe don't. I see that it got set off, Rennie. It's time to investigate. Okay. I don't think I can do it. Hold on. Maybe if I do. No, I don't think I turn it off. Just don't do all caps and it won't pop up. Problem solved. Too easy. Well, you know. All right. Yeah, just if you do all caps, there's a thing that gets upset, and apparently it's gone rogue. It's fine. Sabercell, thank you for following me on Twitch, by the way. All right, let's keep listening. Well, okay, we don't have to keep listening to this. Basically, this guy can't control his temper. Neither of them can. But like, you should, as a professional, that would have been the time for him to be like, respectfully, I'm just going to leave. If you're going to treat me like that, boom, gone, bye. It's that easy. But he's being called out, and they're saying you didn't do what you said you would do.
David, I'm a Tabor stepdad. Dad.
Hold on. There's more to it, apparently.
I was just calling to see if, like, are you done or?
That might be the exact same thing. We got some images. Mugshot, his arrest. Probably for the fraud. Run a girl. Hey, thank you so much. Do you have to take a shot now? Did I do this right? Yes. Yes.
Do you have to take a shot now? Did I do this right?
It works. Is it heads? I'm going to let it. It is tails. I feel bad, though. I feel like I should give you something. Next $10 is coin flip. Just once. Just this one time. We're dropping it. 50% sale. Jess, are you spamming caps? It might block you eventually. I'm actually not sure how that works. I really don't want it to. Are you all trolling the bot? It might block you. It might time you out. Oh no. It's fine. All right. Next $10, 50% off for that coin flip. It can kick them out. Oh God. Guys, please no. Oh no. What am I? I've created a monster. Runner. That wasn't. Okay. The only. That is also. Okay. Oh, it was heads. And James, that was yours. All right. It worked out. All right. It's back to 20. I'm not drinking it straight. I don't want to die. But what I will do to make you all feel better about it is give you this.
Heads.
Yes. Ha-ha! We found another one. This might be absolutely atrocious in power rating. PIC with your heart. It doesn't work. They won't open. Gah! All ruining. You're all ruining it. Disgusting. Ugh. Ugh. It's all right. Do I do another coin flip? No! I'm going to be greedy. I will stuff my face, though. Oh. Bear with me. Just hold on. All right. I'm going to read some super chats. We'll get back into it. Our squeaky little chair. All right. Running Girl, thank you so much again. James K, thank you. It says, I think. Running Girl, thank you so much. It says heads. Oh, God. PIC with your heart. Super Chad 10 says, boom, coin flip. Which one of you just did that? Blue Bacon's for Loco. Sorry. With your heart, thank you so much. Says coin flip, good to see you, my friend. Blue Bacon's for Loco says sorry, I'm reading incorrectly. Says, good call to pregame. We're going to dance tonight. We very well might. In some VR later. Try to get some For Loco in me. I still owe you guys For Loco from last time. James K, thank you so much. Says, is there War of Rights tonight? There could be if I can't get VR working. Shelby Girl. That's a coin flip. Shelby Girl. No. No. Button. That's a head.
I know it's supposed to be a mystery, but I need it to actually work with my drink, or I'm just gonna throw up.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do. Because Widget Heart also donated, I'll drink it straight. I have a chaser. I'm very upset about it. Blech. Gross, disgusting. Steven, no! Steven! You guys didn't get kicked out. I'm never going to be able to figure out how to get you back in again. Horrendous. I miss my apple juice. Thank you, person who bought it for me. You're the one that bought me the For Loco. It's fine. Kathy Waters says, "Is for real a PI or just another YouTuber?" Are we talking about me or are we talking about Jim? I am for real. And Jim is also technically for real because he isn't required for him to have a license. However, still an unmonetized art. It says, "We will not be silenced." Okay. I warned you. You guys are having fun in there. It's fine. I like to think I am more qualified to do the job, but, you know, heck, maybe he's better than me, and he'll find me first. Anyway. Yeah, I'll skip this one. I don't think there's any information in this one. Back on track. An hour in. Jim Terry history. Is this... check fraud. No, it's just a letter to someone about Jim Terry, but that's not necessarily a factual anything. Oh, goodness. Stand by. No, it's the same thing about candy again. I know you can't see. Oh, we have the Skapansky family. It says, please share this post. Let me hit the old boom, that button right there. It says, this afternoon I was contacted by an individual named Jim Terry. Phone numbers used to contact people are, well, don't look at those. In the last 72 hours, several friends of ours have offered to fund a private investigator out of love and support for our family. I thought he was a local private investigator reaching out. I learned within minutes of the call ending that he was not who I thought he was and instead was a public personality who was digging for information about our daughter, Danielle, a juvenile. Oh, that's so weird. I was told in my comment section that he doesn't look for juveniles. Somebody's wrong. Either them or them. Let's see. I also learned that he had been contacting multiple family members trying to get information, which, I mean, is how you would get information as a PI. But, like, if you're not hired... Right, like there are things I cannot do unless someone is paying me to do it. Otherwise, it's essentially just stalking. It has to be within the scope of like an actual investigation. There's a whole thing. Very questionable when it comes to Jim. There are a lot of laws that might be in play here. I'm not going to address them right now, but like questionable. I immediately returned the call and let him know the following. We are asking you to cease and desist. This is what they let him know. We are asking you to cease and desist from anything related to this case and our family. We did not hire you. You are not working on behalf of the Skapansky family. Fair. Yeah, if someone keeps contacting you, tell them to stop. And if they don't stop, I mean, you might say, stop. I consider this harassment. That might be more legally effective. Just saying that contact is harassment isn't necessarily going to be harassment, but it certainly does help establish a better foundation just in case. Just a fun little fact for you. Where was I? You are not working on behalf of Milwaukee Police Department. Oh, Milwaukee. We had training from a guy from there. It's about a mosque shooting. Oh, that was a story. Anyway, sorry, Milwaukee. I just know the name, location, Milwaukee. We do not give we do not give you consent to post or discuss this case or our family on any platform. You will receive this in writing from our attorney. Yes, love it. Having an attorney involved, not too shabby. And then we have something from Katie Skapansky, who is also, I'm sorry, that's still the person writing. I'm seeing it for the first time, just like the rest of you. That he yelled at me, told me he would go to the media immediately and that he could do whatever he wanted. Okay. If he's intentionally inflicting some sort of harm, if that's emotional, there are certain types of intentionally inflicted emotional harm that are certainly grounds for a lawsuit. Yes? There's something happening outside. It's a weird stream. I don't know what's happening. Anyway, sorry. He cannot do whatever he wants, by the way. There are definitely limits. Goes on to say, obviously, this is a tender time that we are navigating as a family. When the police told us to let the media know she was missing, we struggled immensely with the decision, as we do not want our daughter treated like an object on public display. We want her home. That is a reasonable feeling. It's rough for families. They don't want to be the center of this attention because they will get people saying, oh, it's because you're bad parents, because of this, because of that. You don't want that. Understandable. And for Jim to, allegedly, take all the information he gets. Because look, you're investigating someone, you're trying to find them. Hey, give me all their socials, give me access to their phones, give me this, give me that. You're going to find some stuff. You will find some stuff. Imagine if someone went through the last 6 months of your Facebook right now. Everything. Keep in mind, as I said before, part of being a private investigator is just sorting through an immense amount of data. They're going to find some weird stuff? Probably. Now imagine if you went, hey, this isn't working out. I want you gone. The person who sorted through 6 months of stuff went, I found some stuff. You want me to release that to the public or you want me to keep working on this? That's horrifying. That's absolutely horrifying. And that's one of the things that really drew me to this is like, first of all, just about everything else about this. But that? Good God. I mean, you're playing with fire, dude. If you're not committing some sort of crime there with like blackmail, you're very, very close. Very close. If it's not blackmail, it's probably something else. Just horrible, horrible, horrible stuff. All right. I'm looking at Jim Terry and the way he is willing, and I know I'm being sassy and goofy about this, but like, don't misread this. I don't like this situation. I'm pretty upset about this situation. Mav, you mind yourself. You watch it, buddy. We already have one from last stream. Mav knows. It's fine. I'm looking at Jim Terry and the way he's willing to talk publicly about young children. This is not a person we would partner with in any way to find Danielle. I like what I'm reading. Please do not talk to him, share any information with him, or participate in the continued damage that could be done to Danielle by his actions. She is not news. She's our daughter. Thank you. Oh, that ending is fantastic. Also, yeah, if someone's trying to dig around like that, put out messages. Reach out to people. Say, do not talk to this man. I love this. This is perfect. It's great. Other people suggesting going to Queen Bee. That's QUEENBEE, no space. Queen Bee has talked about our boy Jim Terry quite a bit. And so I definitely intend to watch a bunch of those videos, but maybe now it's not the time or place because there's probably a lot of it. However, there are screenshots. Jim Terry's claimed that he has a 100% success rate. I can confirm this, yes. Jim Terry's claimed that he has worked 120 to 140 missing person cases. I believe I've actually heard him state otherwise. It says, we have identified cases that Jim has been publicly linked to where the don't you Mav, you son of a bitch. I will not make it a double. One almost killed me last time. God, it's bright every time. I will keep it in reserve for next time. Also, thank you very much. I'm feeling fine today. I was anyway.
Watch it burn a hole in my pocket. Have fun, bud. Make it a double.
It's fine. It's fine. Here's what we're going to do, Math. So I'm not drinking 2 of them in a row. Probably ever. We'll save it in reserve for next time. We'll put in the spooky Halloween contacts for that one. It will become a Four Loko later. I just really hate Four Lokos, and I cannot drink 2 of them. What is happening? What are these noises? Thank you. Think. Ice Blade, no! Ice Blade, yours was the other one. That's 3 now. That's Ice Blade, no! I'm still dealing with these! I will not... Thank you, Ice Blade. For those of you not sure what's happening, they just bought me 4 Lokos to drink. I hate 4 Lokos. I don't know why so much noise is being made. That's fine. We're going to finish this thing that I'm reading right now. I'm going to put the spooky contacts in. What is happening? Is that just the same person over and over again? It's very weird. I don't know what's happening. Everything's confusing and weird. Oh! That's what happened! Vanguard! I was so confused by that. Vanguard just gifted 10 memberships. Thank you so much. I was so confused. That's never happened. You might be the first person that I'm aware of anyway that has purchased. I don't know if anyone else has done it. Hey, if you just randomly received a membership, Vanguard just purchased them. Vanguard, thank you so much. I was losing my mind trying to figure out what that was. Like, how is it happening? What's going on? Thank you. It's so confused. It's all right. It's all right. All right. I was like resetting it. Like, why is it still going on? Just try and do it like carefully. Thank you, Vanguard. Oh, I don't know how any of this works. All right. Let me keep reading this. I'm going to go put the context in. I'm just going to keep going. Oh. Ice Blade, why? I expected math. But we're already waiting on one from you. Okay. We have identified case that Jim is publicly linked to where the missing individuals are still missing. He claims 100% success rate, so that obviously can't be possible. Now, I believe Jim's excuse is, well, they fired me, so it doesn't count. Let's see. Recently, Jim listed 3 individuals whom he claimed he found. We followed up on these 3 success stories. And let me pull this up so I can actually read it. It says he didn't find them anywhere. An officer called us and let us know. Once we know his location, we called him. They picked him up. A lot of it's redacted. I'll show you a quick little thing. So did nothing but run his mouth. He didn't help. We didn't find him. He didn't find him anywhere. And not exactly shocked by that. What's the next success story? See if I can read it. He didn't help find her. He's actually super unprofessional in the way he tried contacting us too. Kind of stalkerish. Can you send me that link? Sorry, I'm laughing at you all trying to break the bot, apparently. I'm going to have to put you in... Look, we're doing a little timeout. We're putting you in slow mode. You jerks. It's fine. Stop breaking the bot. I don't know what's going to happen. I'm worried. Blue Bacon's for Loco, thank you so much, says, let's party. You all. You're terrible people. All right, we're doing our 20 seconds. Thomas, EG1, welcome to the Bacon Bits. Thank you so much. Yeah, 20 seconds. That's fair, Vanguard. That's fair. All right. Where was I? Okay. We did case number 1, number 2, number 3. And for the third success story, Jim claims we debunk it simply by pointing out that the person is still very much missing. Oh, okay. So he's a liar, is what I'm hearing. He's a liar. And so, yeah, I can understand him saying, well, I have a 100% success rate because I was fired before I could finish. But if he's specifically claiming that he solved cases and he didn't, then that's an obvious lie. Now, I am seeing that Shan Ramirez is saying Jim's not hiding, and that woman came on Jim's show and confirmed it. Stop spreading lies. Well, then he should reach out to me. He should reach out to the people who are trying to sue him, and he should get that taken care of. If he's not hiding, it should be very easy to file that lawsuit against him, and it will happen if the victims are willing to do it. I will make sure it happens. I will give them all the information. I'll walk them through it. I will provide the money to file. Not the lawsuit itself. That's on them. We might do a fundraiser for it. What I will do is make sure the costs of getting that lawsuit to him, I'm not going to give too much information. I will make sure that it is paid for, and it will happen to the extent that a judge cannot agree with any assertion Jim might make that it was not properly served. If they believe their claims are legitimate, that's going to be up to him to hash that out in court and defend himself. But if they want to sue him for it, I can help them do that. And I'm kind of thinking I will help them do that. So, you might want to tell him for me. Okay? Great. That's enough of that dramatic nonsense. Let's keep going, if you don't mind. Colony L3, thanks so much. Says, hey, Blue, long time since I've caught your live. It's true! It's true, Colony. I got some spicy rice water. Compay, I think is what they say, right? Cheers to you. Cheers to you. See Kermit post in Masshole Discord. I'll have to find it. But there is some mystery liquid in there. That one's to you, buddy. Bath salt. Why are you harassing my bot that I forgot I had? It's fine. All right. Rennie, if you wouldn't mind just keeping an eye out for any similar comments, I will address them. Absolutely. Guys, what are you... Why are you doing... Okay, it's fine. I've lost. It's fine. You beat me. All right, what else we got? We have the human cost of Jim Terry's deception. Oh, what an interesting video. Let's listen. Thomas, I'll answer that. The reason people are using all caps is because I have a bot that I think I put on for Twitch that has somehow stayed for my YouTube stuff, where if you write in all caps, it says, hey, please don't do that. Eventually, I think it will kick you out. I don't know if I activated that part. And they've decided that they're going to save the human race and defend the Connor family, I guess. I'm the Terminator or something, you know. Have you conquered the bot? It's still going. What are you talking about? Anyway, they're having fun. Whatever. Maybe I'll make more bots to do things. Yeah. The bot drew first blood. Music is very loud. Oh, okay, so is this just a... sorry. All right. I'll just read this to you. Don Hume Engelbert says, I have just came across this case, but as a mother of a missing, it's very hard to know what feeling to have. It's a huge roller coaster of things, especially that first few months. Now, if you're talking about James Terry for the PI, his horrible news and plays on his parents, he called us many times and just had the feeling this is too good to be true. So I reached out to many other families and heard many things. And then he was in the many other cases trashing us for not hiring him. Okay, sorry. Escape button. Yeah, let me turn down the old volume there. I can't hear the audio like you guys can hear the audio, so if there are concerns... All right, basically it's a video of people saying, like, this is my experience with Jim, and it looks like they're all very similar. All right, this is Jim extorting a family live. Oh boy, extortion was the word I was looking for. Let's check it out.
Like, why can't we see you all? Because
people that ain't got shit to do with shit. Let's stick to the basics here.
Language, people. It's fine.
Scamming people who have missing children and missing people in their families.
yes, just stop telling people, stop cold calling families and telling them, wire me $4,000 and I have a 100% success rate and I'll find your loved one in 2 weeks that are alive. Okay, so you do that.
He's in the chat, by the way. They're responding to him in his chat.
Everything you've said in any article.
Or in their chat. He's in their... Jim, are you in my chat? I'll talk to you. What just happened? B. Brown. Brown, Four Locos a lot more than that. But that is a coin flip. I appreciate the attempt. I am horrifically opposed to more Four Locos. Yeah, so these people are doing a live stream. I think it's Queen Bee again. It is Queen Bee. Copied. Confirmed. Saw it with my own eyes. And apparently Jim is in the chat talking to them. You come on. What heads? Unacceptable.
One more Four Loco.
No, you get this, whatever this mystery liquid is. I'm like already, my body is already rejecting it. I got an armful of beignets. Ugh. Oh, it opens. Thank you. But B. Brown, thank you so much. Even though I hate you for it. Oh, the smell of it. I'm so sorry. Lynn says victory. All right, I need to take this away because I did a different one instead of this. Get out of here. Nope, there it goes. That's gone forever. All right, we'll do, you know how much I like to do the drama. Train of Truth! Train of Truth collapsed. It fell off the rail. I do have the horn of, or the bugle of baloney activated. You thought. I did say that's how I was going to do it today. All right, here's what I can do, folks. Do we want a bugle of baloney? For Jim's 100% claim. All right. Jim, you've claimed that you have a 100% success rate. I'm calling baloney on that. We're making it official. We're entering it into a record with the bugle of baloney. Probably needs a little more than that because it's a lot of baloney. But maybe with a better mouthpiece. All right, that's probably enough. That's about as much baloney as I'm feeling for this. The bugle. It's official. And I love that thing. And I like to use it whenever possible. And it won't go back to its spot. There we go. I will have to get the Train of Truth up and running again. Big Water 59 says no one cares about Jim Terry. Oh, that was a horrific addition to this liquid. Well, then they shouldn't be here, I guess. Weird. All right, let's keep listening.
You know, we have it all. We're not afraid of you. We're not going to back down, Jim Terry. You are a liar. You are a lifelong con man.
This is sped up, it appears.
Families. You are a sick individual. We are not stopping.
Oh yeah, my poor neighbors. I mean, I have some neighbors that also contribute to the annoyingness of the neighborhood. So I feel like I'm just doing my part. Got to keep the property values down, you know?
You know what you've done, and you're done. You're not going to hurt any more families.
Yeah, no, it's definitely him. This is completely in his MO. And I mean, so
why is everyone afraid of Chille now? No, we just found someone that we think is a more pressing matter. He's not out of our sights yet. Oh God, that was a mistake to add that.
Again, Jim, I think that the only issue is this idea that you're running a con on these families, that you're presenting yourself as somebody who can deliver a bill of goods that you can't, and that instead
that's
you're
not
incredibly
bad.
hurtful and you're disrupting investigations, and and that instead you're incredibly hurtful and you're disrupting investigations, and you are taking advantage of people, and you should not.
That is a very real thing. There are sometimes a private investigator will actually make an investigation worse or harder for other agencies that are involved. That is a very real thing. It's a complaint with, for example, we sometimes see this with the true crime podcasts. So there are some true crime. There are some I really like. I don't actually listen to the ones that are like investigating in real time. I listen to the ones that either are discussing the investigation or discussing their investigation after the fact. There's one, Paper Ghosts, I think, really good. But there are some podcasts I've heard I've heard of this happening, where they tried to get involved and they actually made it the investigation a lot more difficult because they made some people not want to talk about certain things. They may have wandered into a crime scene. I don't know if you've seen the show Only Murders in the Building. Love that show. Apparently, I mean, that's obviously a fiction, but my understanding is there are some podcasts that have done something sort of similar, not necessarily to the scale of Only Murders in the Building, but great show. And I'm guessing, based on what I've heard, that show may be based on very loosely reality. But yeah, Jim Terry actually making investigation more difficult. I could absolutely see that, especially if he's being as aggressive and antagonistic as he appears to be, based on what we've seen. He might make people not want to talk to other people who need to talk to them. That's bad. It's dumb. And when I talk to people, I generally do it very politely because I might want to talk to them a second time. If I get really intense with them immediately, I'm going to have to get everything I need right then. Otherwise, nope. I don't know them necessarily well enough to get everything. The investigation hasn't concluded. I might have to come back. That sort of thing. It just, what he does as an investigator doesn't really make sense from what I'm hearing. And keep in mind, this is from other people talking about it, because I haven't heard from him directly, but I'd like to.
Ew.
Oh, but I said I was going to put in Lynn. Thank you, Lynn. I might start doing, handcuffs. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. I'll be right back. Okay, listen. That's not supposed to say starting soon. It's supposed to say, like, be back soon. I don't know why it says that. It's because I changed it to that and forgot to change it back. But you guys know what it's about. I'm coming back. Give me a second. That took a billion years. You only get one. You get one of them. What happened? There. Bam. Ah. There's an eyeball for you. Enjoy. You hooligans. Put in the eye of this. Here's scare you with it. What do you think, folks? Fell asleep. No, I couldn't get it in my eyeball. They're tricky. Warlike Wrath says Jim Terry's not hiding. Then he should be very easy to sue. Apparently he's not. Apparently he's hiding. I thought he said he was hiding, though. That's so weird. So, it's spooky season. Let me be spoopy. Jeez. Whew. You like that? No, I couldn't get this into my eyeball. Look, I don't forget Jim Terry. Big water. I'm probably not. Oh, what are you going to do about it? Oh, are you going to get mad that I'm not going to forget Jim Terry? He's going to come after me? Yeah, not going to happen. He better start preparing for a lawsuit, bud. You should let him know. Makes me look like a villain. Yeah, pretty much am at this point. Who uses their power for good. That makes... Am I still a villain if that's the case? Steven. Steven! Oh, you made me laugh too much. Steven says... Sorry, my eyeball's still watering from putting it in. Steven says, you look like a crossbred husky. That is fair. My sinuses are just like, you have something in your eyeball, dude. I'm like, I know. I think I have something around here to... No? Could have sworn. All right. Like crossbred husky. Anyway, people are saying they're lost. Yeah, someone donated money. And so now I'm wearing a contact lens. Anti-hero. That's it, Jassa. You know. Oh, Red Sox is here. Red Sox, you don't have to be here. It's not your ex-lover that we're talking about. Strike one. I don't have time for you, Red Sox. Bi-eyed. That doesn't feel right. All right, let's keep going.
Make money, let you go on YouTube and be a jerk, for the rest of your life, whatever, and no control over that. But people will be able to know before they give you money. Before they give you money, they should be able to Google you and see what your public reputation really is.
Exactly.
Yep. Jim, that's the other thing is obviously
I believe it,
people
Reddy.
and we believe families, and there is nothing I've been able to find of any family or any law enforcement ever giving you credit for finding anybody.
Same.
Yeah, exactly.
Yep. People who said that you are horrible and you ruined their lives in a terrible moment and scammed them and took advantage of them, stalked them, harassed them. But absolutely.
Red Sox says, make time for me. No. For those of you who don't know who Red Sox is a known troll who apparently doesn't get enough attention from the basement that they hide in, I assume. Do they know that you're in the basement? I don't know. That's not fair. That's me being sassy. Red Sox, I'm sure you're a valued member of society. Not a valued member of this chat, though. Oh, there it is. All right. Next thing. What is this? Continued from a live stream about scammers.
On Howard Stern and like how he's been on.
This is also Queen Bee.
ESPN. And I feel like this is the kind of guy that if he got arrested for a crime and was like put on the local news.
Hold on. Big Water says, you guys got Chillito backed into a corner, so finish him off. What do you want us to like go and shoot him in the face? What exactly are we supposed to do about it, buddy? It's not like we've stopped. There's a pause. Like, we're not the ones arresting him. We're explaining why he's a scammer. We've done that pretty well. When he has easy content that I want to use for easy content, I will take it. But now we have someone else who is, I won't want to say threatening, who is scamming other people that we think, hey, the world should know about this guy as well, so we can protect them from it. And then, once we deal with this, or during our addressing of this, we can still talk about Chille when he does something incredibly stupid. But there are things in motion that we now get to let roll down that hill. I'm just saying. Let's keep listening.
Right? Right. He would then, for the rest of his life, say, as seen on ABC7. Like that.
Right. As seen, like him running from the crime or some weird shit like that. Yeah.
Because if I call into Howard Stern, I then don't get to say that that's like on my resume.
Mm-hmm.
How's it going,
And he
Matt?
was on
Thank
ESPN
you.
one time, but I think that he reached out to them, didn't
Yeah,
he?
because he was doing something super shady at the time and like capitalized on somebody who was actually newsworthy, I guess, an athlete who had gotten arrested. And he had been saying that this athlete was going to be in his playing in his on his fake football team in his fake league
Right.
that never existed. And then that guy got arrested. And so he would definitely call like the local news. And then that got into, when athletes get arrested, that becomes like a bigger thing. And
Right.
So he did get interviewed by ESPN. But that's like it's like if I happen to live next to a former NFL player who then committed a crime and got arrested, and if ESPN called and said, "Will you do an interview with us about like?"
Right.
And I said, "Okay," and then I was acting like I'm an ESPN commentator. That's the equivalent of what happened.
Jim does say that he did investigations for a celebrity, and I wonder if this is who he's talking about, pretending that this was an investigation. He has told me, because I've talked to him, he said that he's been doing this for 6 years, but his business license shows he's only been doing it for 4. So there are some discrepancies, and it makes you wonder what he's trying to use to justify other things. Questions?
Yeah, that's literally what happened. And that is the same clip where he said, "Can't con a con, man."
Oh man.
Am I turning green? Woo! Am I the Hulk or am I Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde? Is that what we're talking about? The eyeballs spoken, some of you. Ah! They're fun. It's an easy Halloween costume. Getting them into your eyeballs is difficult, but it's not like I have to do much else. It's great. All right.
Oh yes, we need this laugh.
This is apparently some pathological lying from Jim. Let's listen.
We all need this laugh. Hold on.
I have to say, you are a real ball buster. You know that, right?
Yes.
You really are. Are you trying or no?
I think in football we call it chicken fighting. Okay.
Okay, who's your team? Because I'm going to judge you.
Well, the team that I played, I was with the Denver Broncos.
He was not.
Like most.
Not that we can't find a single thing about him, and nobody can, about him being on the Denver Broncos. Maybe he was associated or affiliated in some tiny minor way, but he wasn't like on their roster.
My career in what's called the arena football. My background is professional football. It's not law.
We don't know that his background is professional football. I'm dropping flames again. I don't know why. Sorry about that, folks.
It's too much. He didn't play for the Denver Broncos or in the Arena Football League.
That's insane.
I know. How do you just? That was a year ago. Not even. That's like 7 months ago that he did that. I'm like, he's live.
A whole fucking liar. Just lies to lie. I swear he lies just to hear himself lie.
I can't believe he said that. That was just so embarrassing. Right. The AFL isn't a pro. Well, the AFL is considered a pro league or what they call a semi-professional league because they paid their players to pay. But to be clear, he was never in the AFL either.
Not that we know of. It's much more believable that he's in the AFL as opposed to the NFL. AFL is sort of like the minor leagues, but football. Yeah, can't find a record of him doing it other than his claim. So I don't know what he's talking about. Jim, I'd love to know. My frames have stopped dropping. I'd love to know what you're talking about.
Little Minx is right. She said his background is being a professional compulsive.
Big Water, stop. What are you trying to do? Do you want us to go back to a topic that just so we can like punch the guy while he's down? What's it going to accomplish? Oh, you're going to get Chille. You almost have him. How? We almost have his channel deleted? Us making content on that is not going to change whether or not his channel is going to get deleted. Oh, we almost have him convinced that he's wrong? That's not going to happen. We almost have him in jail? Yeah, that's not what we're doing. We're not putting him in jail. That's law enforcement. Oh, we almost have what? What are we almost at? Or maybe you let me take a week off of that, probably more now, and talk about this other guy who's actively scamming people and taking their money. How about that? Are you cool with that? Or do you want me to explain this angrier and louder? You let me know. Because here's what's going to happen. I'm going to take a break from Chille, let himself dig his little hole like he always does. And I'm going to talk about this active threat against families. I'm going to address it. I'm going to help those families. And then I'm going to decide who I'm going to help next. If you want to be entertained about Chille, go watch Chille's own content and laugh at it. It's that easy. But don't you dare come here and tell me not to try to help people. Don't you dare. I don't know what you're trying to do, but this is not the way to do it. Moving on. What do we think? Do we want another take?
Liar. A professional. He's a professional con artist.
Yeah.
Shit.
Hitchbot, don't tempt me. One of those mystery liquids was peppermint, and now this just tastes like toothpaste, and I hate it. I want you all to know that.
Like, oh my god, this is 10 the other night.
Break the plate. Could. Heaps it up.
Yeah, this is
break the
him
plate.
dressed up with makeup and a hairpiece on.
This is ridiculous. Like, we
This is an image of him dressed up in a wig. I mean, I have a lot of hats over there. I can't really, can't really call him out for that. All right. For transparency, I edit this down for brevity. Posting long videos to Reddit is difficult on my end. In the beginning, Doug was actually encouraging his chat to send PayPals to Jim for the photos and changed his tune when people in the chat were not happy about it. Let's see. All right. Is this the type of private investigator you would ever want to hire to find your missing loved one? Jim Terry was fired from the Dylan Rounds case weeks ago and given a cease and desist letter from the family, which he openly mocked. Now he's on YouTube trying to sell and profit off of the photos of the inside of this missing young man's trailer. That's very questionably legal. Oh boy. Taco and Yoshi, good to have you here. Thanks so much. Says found Jim Terry. He was in Tom Cruise's closet. Come out of the closet. It's fine. Big Water, you want to stay or you want to go? I'll wait. You want to stay or go? Pick one. I'll even do this for you. Stay or go? You have a minute. I'm not going to tolerate people telling me not to help people. Not today. Running out of time. I don't have a plate in front of me to break right now. Unfortunately. Next time I'll get a mug. Well, you're almost out of time there. Stay or go? Thank you, Griff Guy. I appreciate it. Rennie, get ready! Umar Johnson, don't let me forget. Can't decide if he wants to stay or go, I will decide for him. Rennie, if you wouldn't mind helping our friend to the door. Big Water 59, I have no place for you here. Go have fun somewhere else. Says can't take a little heat. You already said that. So that's no. You would like to go. I will help you. Renee! I'll toss a plate for you all. All right. I have half of a plate from last time. And he's out of here! Gotta protect my big bopper. Make sure it's okay. Bye-bye. Not too heartbroken over it. There we go. All right. Got a sniffle to my eyeball. A boo-hoo to you too, Big Water. Big Water's crying about it because he is upset that I want to help people that need helping right now as opposed to providing him entertainment in regard to somebody that isn't really hurting anybody new. So it's fine. I promise, if our boy Delete Laws, the Castro, changes to a different grift, I will be there. But there's nothing he's really doing now that I haven't already addressed. So there we go. Other people are asking me next. No! You get one.
Photos. I got actually 3 photos, 2 of the inside, and they're jarring. They're jarring.
Keep in mind, this is him trying to distribute photos from the crime scene. He may have acquired them through a public records request, in which case, yeah, you could distribute them. It's very questionable morally to do so. Legally, not so much. If this was something provided by the family or something he took himself in the course of his investigation, that would be potentially a big deal.
Send them to me and put them up, or do you want to? Are they on your screen right now? You can share your screen.
I
And
got
then
them on my phone. I'd have to forward them.
Just put your phone up. Here, put your phone up. I'll put you on the screen.
I mean, I know how to show them here, but I mean, I had to pay for these goddamn things.
Well, you got your PayPal up there, but
Yeah, I can't put them up right now. I'm not gonna put them up right now.
what'd you come up for with your PayPal up? What are we doing here?
So what I can do is, okay, this one right here. I'll give you this one. So this is
You
the
beating the
outside
bot?
of the trailer. That's the trailer that I have the pictures of the inside.
Is that
See right
Dylan's
here?
F-150?
Yep.
That's the F-150. The pictures I have of the inside of that trailer and the information I've just procured from people that want to keep sending me stuff is incredible. Well, I got a whole bunch of shit y'all motherfuckers ain't heard. You want me? Listen, I only give you the first taste for free. Money straight.
What is happening? Why did it get that weird and intense? Hold on, I'll show you guys this one because it got weird. Let me just sitting on my legs there. Let me show you.
The pictures I have of the inside of that trailer and the information I've just procured from people that want to keep sending me stuff is incredible. Well, I got a whole bunch of shit y'all motherfuckers ain't heard. You want me? Listen, I only give you the first taste for free.
If your PI is doing that, don't hire them. Don't pay them. Well, pay them for the services you owe them for money for whatever. But oh boy,
Is it?
Yeah, we're up to $131.
I haven't got a dime tonight. What is it going to take to show the pictures?
I mean, we're not even close.
Well, I'm not going to sit here and just do a money grab for pictures. I don't fucking care that much for pictures. I'd rather
That's
the
your
phone
call.
call. I'd rather the phone call. Like, I'd rather pay for a phone call than pictures. I mean, what are the pictures going to do for us here?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they're not worth anything to you.
what do you mean you don't know? You're the PI on this, or you were the PI in this case. You should know what their value is as far as to the investigation. If you mean financially, I have some concerns about that.
Matter of fact, I'm going to call you and tell you right now what a bitch you are. Stay on the line.
What?
You're there.
Like, if you're running a grift, you can't behave like this. You're just going to expose the grift.
I can barely hear you. Hello?
Yeah, return everybody's money. Everyone's. Just done. I'm done with you. You come up and you promise.
I can't hear
You're the
what's
one who paid
happening.
$500.
Really.
You're the stupid one. Why would you pay $500? You're done with the case. Why are you paying $500 for a picture and then come and try to sell them on my channel? Jim, you came over here and you exposed yourself. Any other channel that wants to trash you from here on out, I'm done. I don't need your help anymore. But your Facebook and your social media life's done.
You can do whatever you want. You can do what you do.
Goodbye, sunshine.
Is Jeremy more professional, in my opinion? Yeah, Jeremy in public kept it very together. Out of public, did not. Now, I say in public, I mean like when talking publicly, not when he was on the road necessarily. But like Jeremy did provide a service. I don't know that Jim really did. And someone brought up, and I forgot, I'm sorry, I didn't remember who said it, but some people are just chasing the high of the drama, or something like that. We had this exact problem with Jeremy DeWitt, because that went on forever, and people didn't want it to stop. But like it stopped. When he went to jail, it stopped. Or prison, or whatever. What I've reported on everything there is that I want to report on. People are like, no, you still have to talk about it. No. This is the logical conclusion. Other people can keep going. Other people did keep going. But like, I said it, Rennie. I said it. She corrected me in prison. I said it because I knew she'd correct me. Anyway. Yeah, look, I get it. You want the drama, but the drama will end at some point. And there are tons of people to talk about. And I can't talk about them all. But I'd like to talk about a lot of them. And there has to be a point where I stop. And so my general thing is, once I've helped the people that are being harmed, that's when I'll generally move on. Once I've met something, right? In this one, what I'm trying to do is help them find a way to serve their lawsuits to them, because apparently that's been a problem. That's the goal. And then once that's met, we'll keep an eye on it, but we'll move on. With Chille, it was so convenient. His stuff was so convenient and so easy to make content about. I kept doing it. Like, the goal was just to help the people in Ironton. Then when he moved out of Ironton, I was like, it's too easy not to keep doing it. And that's me being greedy because it means I have to put in a lot less effort, but also make a lot of content that I really enjoyed. So that was a personal choice for my own benefit. And I'm glad a lot of you enjoyed it. With this guy, I have a set goal. And once we're done with that, bam. So I'll probably make a couple videos, be like, here's the deal. So you are all tracking. I think Masshole is probably going to take this farther than I am on this one. And I just want to make sure you guys are aware. So there you go. What's next?
Like, I want to stay focused, and I think right now you're in a good mood, and I think that we're going to get you some PayPal. So guys, don't PayPal me to whatever. If you
I had to pay for said pictures, so that's another reason.
It's all
Queen B, are you in the chat? Queen B, if you're in the chat, what do you want us to know about this guy that we potentially haven't already discussed? Because I am definitely interested in going through your content on this guy. Sorry about the eyeball. This weird meeting like this. My understanding is you're sort of the person who's really done the digging on this. And as stated before, my goal is to help the victims, just to get them their day in court. We don't have to find him to do that. Either he shows up and we draw him out, or he doesn't show up and they get a judgment. Now, is he going to pay that judgment? Probably not. But then there is a process to make that criminal. So at that point, it becomes a passive search for him, where if anything dings on the government's radar, we got him. That sort of thing. So, yeah. And Valerie, you make a really good point. I had moved on from Chille until he attacked the community. Yes, once he started filing lawsuits against the YouTubers, that's when I jumped back and went, no. I'm going to take some of that heat. That's a very good point. Thank you for that. Although I will still say I did continue to make a lot of content about him because it was so easy. But yeah. I mean, Warlike Wrath, you want to be a fanboy of him, that's fine. Understand that he's not, it would appear, based on what I'm seeing, a competent investigator. If you enjoy his antics, okay. I think the context of why and how you enjoy them is important. But understand that this very much appears to be him scamming families without the intent to help them. If Jim wants to say that that's not the case, I am very willing to listen. However, I've already caught him in several lies. Some of them he's said to me directly. So he's starting he's going to have to work to get me to trust him on anything he says to me. But I am willing to listen. And Queen B, it is good to have you here. Thank you so much for listening in to whatever this weirdness is on this channel. We're just sort of going through some of the stuff together. I was already going to do it on my own. I figured they might want to join me, so they have some context as well. But it is good to have you here. We got another 4 minutes maybe, and then I'm going to end it. I'm going to keep digging. Don't worry, we're gonna try to get to the bottom of a few things.
Good. Well, whatever, you guys don't worry about me. Send it to Jim. If he gets enough, I don't know what enough is, but he'll do it. Jim's not like that. Like, even if he gets $1 after like 15 minutes, he's gonna show something.
Listen, I only give you the first taste for free.
Oh, this is the one we already saw.
Sorry, you got this. Go whole screen now. All right, yeah, PayPal. I said it right now.
People are so far behind in the race, they think they're winning.
All right, so you guys, PayPal to Jimbo Nader over here. Jimbo, go to the top of the bridge.
Taco, did I miss it?
Tell me what's going on. Do we have some?
No, I read it. The Tom Cruise in the closet thing. Trying to come at me. Unless there's a different one. Yeah, so that's him yelling about how he's trying to make a profit off of active crime. Crime that's ended. Like, I have some stuff that I've never seen before. I know a couple other people have it. I don't think it's been publicly released on Gary Ridgway, the Green River Killer. I could absolutely sell that. And that's 40 years old. I wouldn't feel bad about it. But an active investigation, or an investigation that is still very much, in the hearts and minds of the family, even if it's ended, no, absolutely not. I have some crime scene photos from my own personal shenanigans that I have. I did not take them. Someone else took them, and I acquired them that I've been tempted to share. But I'm like, oh, man, is this going to affect somebody negatively? And so I haven't. And I have been looking into whether or not I should. whether it's been long enough that I feel comfortable doing it, and maybe in the near future I will. But like his behavior, wow. So concerned. Let's watch one more. Inconsistencies. I love me some inconsistencies. Let's do this.
The dates and everything were on the eggs. He has the better pictures, so he could.
What was the dates?
I want to say he said it was April or something like that. April 24th.
Yeah, you said that last night to me, April 24th.
Yeah, and that's when they expired. It's not when they were purchased. So they were.
So if you look, the eggs, if you look at
Gary Ridgway, I'm seeing Gary Ridgway lived in Oregon. He put 2 bodies in Oregon. I don't know that he lived there, though. He moved to Washington from Utah, I think, or Colorado, somewhere. Might be getting him confused with our boy, what's the other one? I don't remember. You guys know what I'm talking about. I don't know if he lived in Oregon. I know he lived in Washington, though. He grew up in Washington. He moved when he was very young from a different state, and I want to say it was Utah. But I don't think he ever lived in Oregon. I know he put 2 bodies in Oregon, but I think that's the extent of it. There was just a movie a few years ago made. The guy from High School Musical played him. He was in Oregon and Washington, and I think also Utah. But Kemp lived in Colorado. What is it about Colorado? Bunch of weirdos. Sorry, Rennie. All right, listen to this. Let's listen.
eggs, it's like May 3rd. The eggs had already expired for a month.
By May 28th?
Right. So it's horrible. But if I sent these on, if I showed these on your channel,
Laura P says he found lots of people. Do your homework. Did he find 100% of the people? Because that's what we're looking into. He claimed he's found one. He has 100% success rate. Has he found 100% of his people? Has he? Because that's what he's claiming. And we can prove that no, he hasn't. And there's evidence that has been displayed on this Facebook page, not Facebook, excuse me, Reddit, that says of the 3 of the people that were tracked down as far as like, oh, he found them. 2 of them say that he had he provided no help for it. And the 3rd one says, no, the person actually hasn't been found. I don't know why he'd be saying that. So, Laura, I don't know what to tell you. But if you're suggesting that he's not lying to you, I think you're wrong. Because the evidence says otherwise. Laura, what about the people he did find? What about the people he didn't? I don't care. If he found people, great. Good for him. My problem is he's advertising falsely a 100% solve rate when that is provably false. So he's lying, is he not? Does that not make sense to you? He's lying. That's a concern. Maybe he's found people. Maybe he hasn't. I've found people, but I'm not advertising 100% solve rate on all my cases, am I? I've had a lot of cases for the government, in the private sector. A lot of them are successful. Some of them aren't. But for him to say, I'll find them in a week, don't worry about it, 100% solve rate, is provably false. If he's lying about that, that's a concern, is it not? For a private investigator to be lying about the cases that he's worked, that doesn't ring any alarm bells in your brain? What's going on, Laura? Are you him? Are you defending him? Do you know him? What are you protecting? That's what I'd like to know. Go on, Laura. Explain to me why I should listen to you. And if you don't want to listen to me, you don't have to. It's YouTube. You can walk away. I don't care. But if you're going to stay and say some dumb stuff, so that's, Laura says, that's your whole problem? My whole problem is that he's lying to get money? Yes, that's a crime, Laura. That's false advertising in the state of Mississippi. Since he has a business, and his business is in Mississippi, presumably that applies, probably also applies in Florida, because I'm pretty sure Florida has a statute on false advertising. He's lying for money. That's a crime. And if my private investigator that I've hired is investigating on the foundation of criminal activity, that seems like something that I'd want to know about. So, Laura, he murdered a man? That's it? Obviously, I'm not saying he's murdered a man. I'm just saying, like, where does it stop? Where are you going to stop defending him? I'm saying that he's lying, and you're like, oh, that's it? He's lying? Yeah, that's what we're addressing. Well, what's confusing about that, Laura? He's a friend. He probably shouldn't be. And if that's the kind of person you hang out with, I question your morals. I really do. Because if you think what he does is acceptable, you're also wrong. Fun fact, take this from a PI. Also, an investigator for the United States Army, someone who investigated for the government. I've flown convicts from state to state. I found people. I found vehicles. I've investigated crimes. I put people in jail. I put people in prison. Civilians, military. I've done all this stuff. Let me tell you, I think this guy's almost swore. I think he's an idiot. I think he's a scammer, and I think this needs to be addressed. He's already proved everything. He obviously hasn't, because I caught him in a lie the other day. He said 100% solve rate, and that's provably false. He says he's been doing this for 6 years, but his business license is only for 4 years. Isn't that interesting, Laura? He's not licensed to do this. He doesn't have to be in Mississippi, but he doesn't have to have a business license. Now, he might claim, I was an intern PI. He never finished that, did he? So he can't have done 6 years, could he? Oh, it's so weird, Laura. It's so weird that he's being caught actively in these lies. And you're trying to defend these lies, which I can just prove off the top of my head are lies. And here we are. You're not going to convince me unless you can do it with facts. But other people are providing facts that prove that he's lying. So unless you can prove them wrong, well, gosh, I'm probably not going to believe anything this guy says, am I? It's really that easy. Don't come to me as if I'm some sort of rube who's not run this gauntlet before. I investigate scammers on YouTube. It's one of the things I do when I'm not doing other weird things for my own amusement. But I've investigated scammers and criminals and people of ill repute professionally, both in the government and the private sector. So don't come to me and think you can pull the wool over my eyes. The guy who specialized in, criminal interrogation, and think you're going to be able to just convince me because of your words? I don't think so. Why don't you try a little harder, Laura? Because he's certainly going to have to when he shows up in court to defend himself once I help his victims file those lawsuits. Come on, Laura. Make this fun. What do you have to say about it? Let's go. I'm waiting, Laura. What do you got? Just, he's a friend! Stop it! It's not gonna do it. You know what's gonna stop me? If he stops. If he comes out and says, hey, here's where I am, file those lawsuits, we'll hash out in court, I'll stop trolling these Facebook pages for grieving families. I'll stop when he does. I'll stop making videos before then. I will not stop being involved personally, though. So if you want to defend his contract violations, if you want to defend his false advertising and lies, if you want to defend his basically questionable ethics and morals and actions, you feel free to do so. But I will not agree with you on it. Because I happen to be, I think, a better person than you, and certainly a better person than Jim. It's not really hard to be a better person than Jim, honestly. I don't know why you're defending him. Unless maybe you're taking a cut? Is that it? She's awfully quiet now, isn't she? I didn't ban her. My hands doing anything? They're here, aren't they? Is she still in the list of people in the chat and the participants? Or did she flee because she got scared? No, she's still here. She's not banned. You can check it yourself. Actually, I don't know if you can check it yourself. You might have to be a mod. She's not blocked. I can confirm she is still here. How embarrassing. Delete Chilito says, Bacon is triggered and banning everyone that has a different opinion. One person got blocked. One. They failed to follow instructions. It was that easy. Oh, look. Laura's here. Says, are you Tom Cruise body double? What a weird thing to say. You know what that tells me? You don't have an answer to everything I just said. You're deflecting, projecting, I don't know. You're doing something because you don't have an answer. Because I think you know deep down you're right. You just don't want to lose maybe the only friend you have. I'm not. Look, I'll only block you if you fail to follow instructions after I give them, basically. Delete Chilito, by the way, is Big Water, I'm being told. So I'm sorry, Big Water, that you're such a big baby about it. But you know what I don't tolerate? People who are trying to circumvent a block. So Rennie, if you wouldn't mind spooling that bad boy up again, let me know when it's done. I like this thing right here. I really do thoroughly enjoy it. And I actually have a celebration for when it happens. The one thing that I put in here that we haven't seen yet. We're just waiting to find out that he's been kicked out again. Cry harder, trolls. And it's been done. And you know what that means? We got to celebrate. Woo! Oh, it's so good. I love it. Ladies and gentlemen, that's basically the end of the official stream right there. We're 8 minutes past when we usually end. Absolutely wonderful to have you all here. We'll do a poll later, now that I brought this guy up, about either talking about Chille again or talking about this guy again. Either way, now you know sort of what the deal is, the vague sort of abstract of it. I am definitely going to keep digging into him if I find anything like super good. I'm thinking about putting together a video of him actually contradicting himself and just doing a quick sort of hard, like, bam, this, just as a video. Get all the information out there. You know how I like to do that. But I still have a Four Loko to drink. And Scam with Doug. I do want to hear about that. I know D was talking about it. Confetti was good, wasn't it? So what I'm going to do, we're going to end this. And I'm going to go on Twitch. And then I'm going to drink that Four Loko and try not to die. And we are going to play a video game and talk about, heck, whatever we want. I'm going to take this eyeball out. But it'll be great. So, Laura says, at least let him come up. You're talking all this crap about him. I've offered him like 5 times. I don't know. Is he here? He hasn't said anything to me. I told him in a community post that he could come up. I've told him throughout the stream repeatedly that if he wants to talk about it, I will talk to him. But it's kind of late now. It's a 2-hour stream. That's about when I stream for. And is he here, Laura? Have you invited him? Are you him? Because I've been inviting him throughout this stream. But you're just a friend, so what do you know? You're definitely not him, right? That would be crazy. I have no reason to believe it actually is Jim. I'm just saying. You invited no one. So if he's not here, Laura, I can't exactly bring him up to talk about it, can I? It's kind of weird how that works. So, if he wants to talk to me, he can reach out to me. Or in a different stream, maybe he can be like, hey, I'm this guy. Let's have a conversation. Right? I don't know why you're confused about how this works. But I'm not going to tolerate this from the people that I'm currently investigating. I'm not going to play your games. I'm not going to buy the dumb. I'm not going to buy anything from all of you because I mean, Jim has been convicted for scamming people before. It sure looks like he's doing it again. You're his kid. I'm so sorry to hear that. I wish you had a better father. But here's the deal. I don't really care. Because your relationship to him does not mean he is not doing bad things. I'm so sorry if you are in fact his child, which I also hesitate to believe, but that's fine. But that doesn't change the fact that he's hurting people. He's harming people. Yeah, I absolutely don't think you're his kid, but good try. Twitch time! I'm going to end it here, folks. And we're going to be less serious. Got a taste of serious bacon for the first time in a while. And yeah, we're going to go over to Twitch. It's twitch.tv/Sergeant Blue Bacon. We're going to pick a game to play. It might be VR. It might not be VR. Depends if I can get the VR headset working and what you guys want. So, I don't know, guys. What video game do we want? Because I have to put something in Twitch to, say something. Do we want VR or not VR? Okay, we're going to do some War of Rights. And then maybe we'll do VR. We'll drink some Four Loko while I play war fights, and then we might go into VR. That's the plan. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's the plan. It's been wonderful. Thank you all for being such absolutely wonderful people. This was a fun stream. I know it's my usual thing. It's a brand new topic that we're like, what is this? And I hope you enjoyed some of it, if not all of it. And then I'll see you again, hopefully next Friday, where we get to go full on spoopy. And we might just talk about spooky things with maybe more creepy eyeballs. But yeah, maybe I'll even do a stream on Halloween again. Chuck the Snickers bars underneath the garage door. It's fine. Jim is going live. Well, he missed it because I've been live for 2 hours. He has a chance. And I have other things I have promised people. So, ladies and gentlemen, you've been wonderful. Thank you so much. Can't wait to see you all again. Hopefully very soon. Twitch.tv/SergeantBlueBacon. I will be there. I hope you will be too. And until the next time, David Keller, thank you for welcome to the Bacon Bits, by the way. And Chris, thank you for subscribing. I'm sorry, let me read some super chats real quick. Matt Bond, thanks so much. Says AWP dealt with him a few cases, avoiding him now. And then Griff Kai, thank you again. Says your channel, so you choose the content. Love it. Appreciate it. And with that out of the way, y'all are wonderful. And until the next time, be good, stay safe. Blah! Because the eyeball. All right, for the real this time.